Okay, you guys, so I was just gonna eat by myself because I do have this habit of like just like me time where I will just eat by myself. I used to do it with like Eileen and my brothers and stuff, but you guys know Eileen left and my brother, he's usually working, so yeah. And I would, you know, do it with Rudy and stuff, but babe is, you know, doesn't like eating junk food like me. And there is some times where I'm like, okay, I'll get like something healthy, but I'm a foodie, okay? Anyways, and I can hit up friends and everything, but sometimes like they're busy and everything. So I'm just like, I'm my own best friend, okay? All I need is me, myself, and I, okay? Alexisjayda, and Jayda, okay? Or Jayda, whatever. I am myself. Okay, so I wanted to just do like, maybe do like a mukbang. And I was like, you know what? I don't know why I don't do this. I don't know why I just don't put the camera up and do like maybe like a story time and like, you know, chismear with you guys and like you guys know some like stories and stuff. Because I went to the store earlier and I don't have makeup on, okay? When I ever go to like Ulta, Sephora, Nordstrom, wherever they have like makeup testers, I will not, and let's be real, I don't like putting my face on all the time anyways, but most of the time when I know I'm gonna go and pick up like a new foundation or like an eyebrow product or like a concealer, anything that I can apply to my face, I will make sure that I go bare naked face so that it's easier to apply the product and I can see how it might look. Even though the lighting in there be playing me, I still like to just like try the product. So it sparked up a story time. I ran into somebody and she commented about me not wearing makeup, so kind of just like sparked up this convo. Okay, so let's go way back. I was with a friend at a time and she every time always goes glammed up, okay? She never leaves the house without any makeup. You never see her like on a rough day. You never ever see her with no makeup, okay? And then there's me. So every time, this friend's Marcela, every time I go with Marcela anywhere, and especially like Ulta, Sephora, she's so freaking sweet, okay? Someone will go up to her and ask her about like a makeup product because like she's all glammed, like she has to know about makeup, you know? And Marcela will like literally tell them like, oh, it's not me, it's my homegirl over here, you need to be asking her. She has a YouTube channel, here's her YouTube channel, look her up, her name's Alexis Jayda. Like she gasses me up to the like so much, like I freaking love her, okay? So she always does that, okay? So one time I was with my friend, she has her makeup on, she's looking beautiful, and me naked mole rat over here like hi. So we ran into somebody, she right away gravitates towards Marcela and stuff. That's good. Starts asking her questions about makeup. Marcela's like, oh no, my homegirl right here, she's the one who knows. She's actually shade matching me right now in my foundation. And so I do that for Marcela and I do that for a lot of friends where I'll shade match them and stuff. I love doing that. So the girl's like, oh really? So she starts asking me questions and then I help her with the shade match. The girl was asking me stuff like, how come you're not wearing makeup? Like, girl, you need to wear your makeup all the time and stuff, like you're a walking advertisement and stuff like that, like you're so pretty. And I showed her like my socials and stuff because Marcela had told her like, oh, follow her. I showed her my socials and she's like, oh my god, this is you, oh my god, you're so pretty. And she was like complimenting me like a lot, where it's like she was being nice at first, but you could tell like it hella changed, you know, to like oh my god kind of thing, you know. So that's what this reminded me of, okay? Ooh, so I'm gonna be picking out and I'm picking up my babies, so I'm gonna park and eat. She switched her tune, right? She was like really nice, like, oh, this. She wasn't acting that nice to me at first. She was acting nice like that too, Marcela, but not me, okay? Until she saw me pull up my socials and then I matched her and she was like, oh my god, like you do know what you're doing, yada yada, you know? Oh, food makes me so happy. Anyways, I go into the makeup store and I'm like looking around, and then one of the ladies, she wants to help me. She's like, oh, like how can I help you? And I tell her stuff like, oh, like I'm wondering about this new product and stuff, it just launched, I was just curious, you guys have it in stock? And then she was like, oh yeah, like you're interested in that product? And I was like, yeah. And I hate when they talk to me like this because I get this so much where they think that like I can't afford it or something, and that shit irks my soul. Like they want to be like, oh really? And it's like, yeah, like it just makes me so mad. Anyways, so she's like, oh, so you're interested in that product? I was like, yeah, like that's why I'm here. So then she takes me to the area and she starts like swatching and everything, and she's like telling me like, oh yeah, like all these people she's done like makeup on and stuff like that, and she gets to like travel from like this store to that store and stuff like that. They just send her and everything, and she's like, yeah, I worked on this person and this person. And she was trying to let me know I'm cool shit, you know, and I'm just listening. That's something that I do a lot, where I just listen. I listen, and then I can determine the kind of like person you are, the type of vibe you give me and stuff like that. Very rarely you'll hear me go it'll be the first one, because I'm just like, I don't know, I'm like a little turtle, you know. So she's like trying this Barbie product. It's so funny, you guys. Okay, so she's like working this eyebrow product, so she's like telling me about it and stuff like that. Like, oh yeah, and I worked with this person and this person, and I like eating my food upside down because it hits my taste buds quicker and it just tastes good. Okay, so she's like telling me I worked with this person, and she just like hella name dropping. Okay, so the company she's talking about, I work really close with this company. I like this company a lot. They're one of my favorites. So she's just like hecka talking like, oh yeah, and I've gone here with them and there with them, and I work on this person, I know this person and this person, and I'm like, oh, like that's really cool and stuff. Like I work with that company too. And she kind of just like smirked at me like, and I'm like laughing because I'm like, bitch, you really think I just pulled this shit out of my ass? Like you really think I'm just trying to like sound cool or whatever? And so I was just like, okay, and I'm just like laughing, and she's like, yeah, and she's like, so who do you know? Like she was like trying to like see if I knew like any names and stuff like that. I'm like laughing. I'm like, oh, who do you know? Like, you know, I'm trying to see what she like, what she knows. And then she says like some couple names. I'm like, oh, okay, oh yeah, I know so and so. And then she just continues to like talk and stuff, and then she's like, do you wear any foundations? And I was like, oh yeah, like I love wearing foundations. I don't like coming into the store and stuff without like a lot of makeup on and stuff, because I like to try out different products. And she's like, oh yeah, like of course and stuff, like you definitely can use some coverage here, you can like, you know, do some like spot concealing here and here. And I'm like laughing. I'm like, oh yeah, like I know my face. I know what's wrong with my face, I know what I gotta do with my face. And then she was telling me, because like she was as she had like her hand like right here, had like a dry spot right here, and she was telling me that like I can use like some certain like skincare to help with that. I was like, oh yeah. And I didn't want to come out bragging anything like that, but I really did not like how this girl was talking to me, and like she was like telling, like basically her vibe was just like you can't afford this type of thing, you know what I mean? Like anything she was like recommending me. So like she was talking about like a foundation, like, oh yeah, and then like there's this really nice Lancome foundation, but if you want you can get something, you know, Lancome, you can kind of compare it to like maybe like L'Oreal. I don't really like using drugstore products, but maybe that would work. And I'm like, how are you gonna recommend me something if you don't even know it works? And I was like, sometimes drugstore works just as good as high end. She's like, oh honey, they just say that. Me caigo though, okay? So I'm just like letting her talk, and it kind of reminded me of the MAC experience. If you guys have not watched my MAC experience, definitely check that out. It kind of reminded me of that. I'm letting her do my eyebrow, and then también I did my eyebrows dark as hell today, so it kind of reminded me of it too, because she put on a dark eyebrow pencil. I'm more of like a brown, dark brown, because my eyebrows are really dark. And she's like, no, like this would complement you better. And I was like, well, there's days where I like to, so we're just constantly like just like, oh, like she would say something, I would say something, she would say something, I would say something. And it's not like the customer's always right, but she's like, damn girl, hear me out, you know? So anyway, so she gave me that sense of like she thought like I couldn't afford it type of thing, you know what I mean? So she was telling me about my skin. I was like, oh yeah, like I use Drunk Elephant. And then she just made a face like, okay bitch, like that. Okay, I was like, what? And I was like, the marilla oil is bomb, I'm always raving about it, I love it. And then she's like, oh, do you work with them too? And that's how she said it. Oh, you work with them too? And I was like, no. And at this time she's finishing up, okay, and she's like, oh, do you like how they came out? And I was like, oh, you know, they're a little bit too much for me, because she kind of like filled them in all the way like over here, so like it just looked like I barely had like enough space, not even my pinky space, for my eyebrows. And I was like telling her like, oh, you know, like that could have been better. Just kidding. I was just like, no, like, you know, yeah, they're okay, I just like, it's just a little bit too much right here. And she was like, oh yeah, I've worked on so and so, eyebrows are kind of like the same. And like again, like name dropping. One of the other ladies came around and stuff, and she was just like, oh, I like how her eyebrows came out. And she looked at me, she kind of like opened her eyes, like, you know when a girl gives you a look like you guys just talk with your eyes. That's how she was, you know, doing it. And I was like, yeah, I know. Homegirl is tripping. She continues to talk, and she's like, is there anything else you need help with? Do you want me to go and get some L'Oreal and put some foundation on? I'm like, no, I want the Lancome. Like, what the fuck? I want the Lancome. And I told her like I already have the Lancome foundation, and she's like, okay, like yeah, you know, that one's like a really good one. We're wrapping up. She said something, I don't know what she said, but it made me go, oh, do you have a picture? Like that, because she mentioned somebody, not like an influencer famous, like someone famous. And I was like, oh, do you have a picture? Because she said they did their makeup. And she's like, oh yeah, like let me see. she grabs her phone and she's like swiping through her phone real quick, like really quick, and she's like going fast. She's on her Instagram, she's like swiping fast, and I'm like looking, like trying to catch whatever I can and stuff, and like I see like how much following she has and everything like that. I was like, oh, okay. And it's like, again, it's not about the numbers, I'm not trying to be a bitch or anything, but like the way this girl was talking was just like she had hella numbers, right? And so I pulled up mine. I was like, oh, what's your thing? Like, I'll follow you. And she's like, oh, it's blah, blah, blah. Type her in, and then I follow her. And she looks at it, and she said, this is you? I was like, yeah. And she's seen my following and stuff. I felt kind of cool because of y'all, because y'all make me look cool. And she was like, oh my God, girl, like, why didn't you tell me? Like, oh my... Attitude changed, and I was just like, oh my God. Her attitude changed real freaking quick, and it just makes someone look fair, you know what I mean? Like, it was so funny. God did it. Okay, so she clicks on a photo, and she works for this company, right? She clicks on this photo. One of the people that she like name dropped, she's seen the comment from that person, and she looks at me and she's like, oh, so you do know them? And I was like, yeah. And I'm just like smiling because I'm like, what's up? Like, what up? And I have my YouTube linked into my Instagram. So she clicks on the thing. She just like hecka looking. And I'm just like so funny because it's like, she was like talking hella, okay? Like, I cannot like get a word in. But now she's just silent. And I'm just laughing inside because I'm like, what's up? Like, what's up? Like, you really were talking down to me like I was like some stupid like uneducated mokosa. What's up? Like, I was just so mad. And then she's like, and you do YouTube videos? Like, how come you didn't tell me? Like, is this your makeup collection? I was like, yeah, it's my makeup collection. Oh my God. And she was looking at the PR videos I was getting sent and stuff like that, because she was mentioning like, oh, I work with this company. I was like, oh yeah, I work with them. You work with them? And then she saw the PR and stuff, and she clicked on it, and then one of the PR was from Drunk Elephants. I was like, I was just smiling because I'm like, hopefully this will humble her ass, because she just looked real dumb. Like, she just looked real dumb. And then the girl who I, you know, did the whole about my eyebrows, she's like next over here acting like she's cleaning something, but she's not really cleaning something, and she's just kind of like chuckling to herself, because even she's probably like, oh my God, you made yourself look so stupid talking like this, you know? And so she's like telling me stuff like, oh my God, we should like collab sometime. Like, girl, you better go in like all my pictures, and you should do this, like, you know, shout me out. And I was like, and so I already had followed her, right? So she followed me back, and she's like, make sure, like, can we take a picture and stuff? I was like, oh no, like, I don't got any foundation on or anything like that. Like, oh no, like, I don't, you know. And she was just like, no, girl, like, your skin is so pretty. I was like, and my dry patch? And she started laughing because I think she could catch it, you know? She was just like, oh, okay. And so, you know, I told her like, thanks for your help, whatever. And I'm like walking away, and as I'm going to the cashier, I'm talking to the cashier lady, and she was just like, oh, how was so and so? You know, she's like, she's a talker. I was like, oh yeah, like, she's real nice. And she's like, I'm so sorry she made you feel uncomfortable and stuff or anything like that, because like, I guess she would get complained on a few times because just how she is. She has a really strong personality, you know? Recently, when me and my brother, we went in there and stuff like that, she didn't even look my way. Dude, like, it's totally fine, like totally fine. I had to get close to her because I had to get a refill on some concealer I was gonna get. Well, every time I see her, I never see anyone really in the drugstore aisle, so maybe it's just like wherever, but I always see her towards like, you know, like the expensive stuff. And so like, she was over there, and I went to go get the concealer. She's like, hi, like, how are you doing? Like, so her attitude was just like completely different, you know, from when I first met her and everything. But it was hilarious. So I just got reminded of that of today. That made me laugh. I've had a few people do that, where like, I've gone to like Generation Beauty, I get invited to the cocktail parties, and I don't dress like these really beautiful women. I've never had the confidence to like dress like all, ooh, you know? Very rarely you guys will see me in a dress or anything like skin tight, because I just don't have the confidence. I don't feel like I could pull it off. I feel like, not that like everyone's staring at me because like I'm like, oh, I'm sexy. No, like everyone's just staring at me like, what are you doing? Like, why are you wearing that type of thing, you know? So I always I underdress. Even like people and family around me are like, Alexis, like, you need to dress up, you need to like, you know, come on, like, wear this, wear that. I just don't have the confidence, because I always feel like, I don't know, I just feel like I just can't do it, you know? So I go to these cocktail parties and stuff like that, and I'm always underdressed, and it kind of sucks because like, we get to mingle with like huge influencer and micro influencers. I hate that word. I would just like sit there and I'd mingle, you know, I'd talk to some people and stuff like that, you know, and then like wait in line and everything. And the huge influencers, they don't have to wait in line or anything, because it's like, everybody knows them, you know what I mean? So they can just go straight to like the front and stuff, or they get early access and stuff. And then the smaller creators like me and stuff, we'd be chilling outside having to wait to like get inside and everything, you know? I would talk to some of these girls, and these girls would look so freaking pretty, and I mean like gorgeous. They're nice, like nice dresses, their hair, their makeup, everything. They look freaking beautiful. And we'd be talking and stuff, you know, and then it'd be like, oh yeah, like I do this and I do that. Or like, oh yeah, like me too. Like, oh, do you work with this person? I'm like, yeah, I work with that company and this, blah, blah, blah. And we're just talking. And then we'll get to the part of like exchanging. And then sometimes I would have like a higher number, and sometimes they would have a higher number. But most of the time when I would have a higher number, it would be so disappointing on just to see how their attitude would change, you know? And they would just be like, oh, like, girl, why did you tell me you had these many followers? And I'm like, for what? Like, why? Like, how the hell am I supposed to lead a conversation? Like, how the hell am I supposed to lead with that? Like, oh yeah, and I have 100K on YouTube and this, or that. Like, how am I supposed to lead with that? Like, and it's because I have 100K doesn't mean I get like 100K views. I wish, but I don't know how you like lead with that. Or like my Instagram, like, oh girl, you get like 1,000 likes. Like, why didn't you tell me? And it's just like, cause again, how do you lead with that? And it's like, then their attitude would change. They're like, oh my God, you should like totally follow me. We should totally link up. We should totally, and I was just like, yeah, sure, yeah. And then there'd be those rare people. And those people I fuck with heavy still. And they would have huge numbers, and they still be talking to me, and we would talk and stuff, and they would like just treat me normal, you know? And those people I'm like forever grateful for. Like, it's like a good like handful, like literally a good handful that I can say that have been like freaking humble and we're just like dope. And then there's small like influencers like me and stuff who are still really cool, and we hecka like talk and stuff. And there's some people I even know that have like, you know, started small and blew the hell up, and we still talk. And then there's some that we just don't talk anymore because like I'm not cool. But anyways, my point was just like, it's just, I don't know why people are like that. Like, I couldn't see myself acting like that. And if I ever were to act like that, I hope I like apologize right there on the spot. Like, I'm so sorry. Or like, that's like so nasty to me. Like, I don't know, like, ew, like that's gross. Like, I don't know why I acted like that. You know what I mean? And sometimes it's just embarrassing because you know they can catch themselves because I do that awkward laugh, you know, like, and it's just like, it's so weird. And it's like, you know, it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. I don't really have like a loud personality and stuff unless like I know you and we're cool like that. And I've like, we have that like relationship already. When people first meet me and I'm kind of just, you know, just listening and just like looking and like letting them talk and stuff, they kind of are just like, you know, but yeah. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed that story time. Let me know if you guys have ever had like a situation like this, and it doesn't have to be like social media wise. It could just be like whatever, like, you know, someone thinking that they're stunting because they know how to cocinar or whatever, and then like you come up and you're like, oh yeah, I know how to do this, and they're like, what girl, what, or whatever it might be. Because like, let me know, because I know this happens everywhere, and I know there's so many people like that, and it's just like, why are you like that? Like, I just want to throw a french fry at your forehead. Why are you like that? Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed that story time. Thank you guys so much for all the love you guys been showing me. I really appreciate it. Don't feel like you have to wear makeup, okay? Don't feel like you have to go all out and like, you know, be like that. Like, do it if you want to make yourself feel better, to feel more confident, to enhance your beauty, all that and stuff. But don't feel like you're obligated to have your face on all the time, you know what I mean? That's something that I want my girls to know, and you guys, that they don't have to put on makeup, put on lashes, put on this, put on that to feel beautiful. You are beautiful regardless. And that's why I always start my videos, hey beautiful, because you are beautiful, and I want you to know that. That's why my merch is hey beautiful, because you're beautiful. So it's okay to wear makeup, you know what I mean? Like, don't like mix what I say too, like, you know, twist it and stuff like that. It's okay to go bare naked face. It's okay. And like, you know, embrace your beauty and all that. So I wanted to do this video with no foundation, no nothing. I don't want to sit there and get ready to do the story time, and then the video is about the no foundation. Well, pretty much it wasn't just about the no foundation, but she was, it kind of irritated me about the no foundation because like for a while I wanted to like put on makeup and make sure that I had my foundation on for a good minute. And then I just caught myself like, girl, you better quit. You better quit, because I've always been huge on that. You guys see me half of the time I'm not even wearing foundation, and that's just me. You don't have to have your full face on, and it's okay if you do too, because like I get props to Marcela getting ready every single day. Like, anytime we meet, I can meet homegirl at 6 in the morning and she has her whole face on, and I'm like, oh my god. I think I've only seen her once without any foundation on. I mean, Eileen were like, not because she looked ugly or anything, we're just like, What happened? Because she always has her makeup on, you know, but it's just that's just how she is. That's just how people are and stuff. Like, she doesn't, like, that's what makes her feel good, you know what I mean? The ones who feel like they have to, you don't have to. Will you get treated differently? Probably, because we live in a fucked up society. We live in a fucked up world and stuff, but if you're good rocking your face bare naked, by all means, do it. Yeah, I hella rambled, you guys. I hella rambled. My babies are about to come out very soon. Te quiero mucho, you guys. Besos a todos. I love you guys so much. Remember, you are beautiful. You are beautiful. You are beautiful. And you are very unique. There is no one else that looks like you, that has your heart, that has your personality. You are unique, and I love you guys so freaking much. I love you guys with all my heart. I hope you guys enjoyed this story time. If you guys did, please make sure to give me a big thumbs up and subscribe if you guys haven't already to keep updated with my videos. Make sure you guys check out my other videos. I will have them linked down below and up here as well. Make sure you guys check them out, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Mwah! Bye.